Oh yeah. What up, y'all? It's your boy, the one and only A Switch, aka Let Me Suck Your Toes with the Socks on. Suck your toes with the oh, oh man. Oh boy. Oh man. AKA, is that butter in your pocket or you just happy to see me? AKA the Komaki Tiger Dropper. AKA the nigga Lil Master. Bringing you yet another episode of Switches Sights, episode 201. I think I acknowledged the 200th episode last episode, I want to say, but if I did not, in case I didn't, hey, thanks for the people, the listeners, for listening and rocking with me. I appreciate you. That's really it. I mean, I'm gonna keep going as long as I'm gonna keep going. So, you know, this train ain't stopping. Choo choo. You know what I mean? Choo choo. Just had to let that be known. Damn it. Today's date is June 26th, 2025. For those who don't know, Switches Sights podcast is a podcast about video games and video game news and what I've been playing, essentially. And maybe some things in between here and there. Damn. Actually, I'm not hearing myself, which is throwing me off, actually. So let me see if I can rectify that real quick. Or I might just have to rock it out. I think we might have to rock it out. About... Damn it. It's fine. I can manage. It's weird. Why is it not? I don't know. Nonetheless, well, damn. Without further ado, let's stop the dilly-dallying. Get right into it. So many things happened since last episode, specifically Summer Games Fest and like all the various directs and state of plays and showcases outside of that. So starting off, we'll just go over what happened at the state of play earlier this month. Probably not going to cover everything, but I'm just going to get some of the highlights. Astrobot getting like a new, I think it's a new deal, or no, a challenge levels. 5 new Vicious Void Galaxy levels. I mean, what more could you want? New levels introduce their own special bots. On an updated limited edition DualSense controller launching later this year. Baby steps, not really my cup of tea, but you know, it feels like a very streamer content creator focused game where it's like it feels solely like for content, which I don't know, that doesn't really speak to me personally. But Bloodstain, the Scarlet Engagement, that's these titles, man. Bloodstained, the Scarlet Engagement. I mean, when you put that behind it, that do be sounding pretty alluring. Not gonna lie, that do sound a little alluring. Um, hot everybody's golf, hot shots golf. I think this used to be called Hot Shots Golf, and then I assume maybe it was a licensing thing where they had to go back or change it to everybody's golf or something. I believe. Let me look that up. Actually, I'm curious. Why is Hot Shots Golf now called Everybody's Golf? Hot Shots Golf here is now called Everybody's Golf because Sony decided to unify the game's title across all regions, aligning the North American name with the Japanese and European name Mina no Golf. Makes sense. Okay. So I guess they wanted to make it more cohesive across the country. I'm not mad at it. Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles. Everybody rants and raves about Final Fantasy Tactics. I've never played it, but I mean, I like taking people's word of mouth. So, I'm definitely probably more than likely gonna pick this up whenever it comes out. So, count me in for them tactics that are fantasy finaled. I don't know. Ghost of Yote, at least in this trailer, like a brief little trailer, shows like it seems like you're gonna get a companion dog, wolf, which seems pretty cool. I'm curious how that's gonna play out. Hopefully, they could do the Dead to Rights thing, have your dog maul people. I mean, if that's not in the game, I don't even know what they're doing, to be honest. So we'll see about that. And there's 007 First Light, which is IO Interactive. I believe the people behind the Hitman games are behind this. And it's like a whole new James Bond origin story, like a new actor, like an original actor for this game. It didn't really move me personally, but I don't know, maybe once it finally comes out, maybe it might be more appealing. I don't know. But I mean, I've never really been a fan of 007 outside of the N64 game, so I don't know. I mean, it could turn around. Luminous Arise. I think, is this for VR? Maybe it's like VR supplemented. Oh yeah. Yeah, optional PSVR 2 compatibility. Okay. So you can Luminous. Probably one of the biggest like surprises for this state of play was Tokon Fighting Souls. Tokon Fighting Souls. Tokon Fighting Souls. I don't, something like that. So this is basically a Marvel fighting game developed by Arc System Works, who's like made the Guilty Gear, Strive, and what, Unnight in Birth. A lot of the more niche, like anime related fighting games. So yeah, for this to, I'll make sure, did they make Guilty Gear? Double check what games they made real quick. Yeah, Guilty Gear, Dragon Ball Fighters, BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, Under Night in Birth. So they have a pretty big suite. But yeah, so it is a tag Marvel fighting game. And I think the other spin to this is that apparently you can have, it's 4v4. So 4 characters versus 4 other characters, which is kind of curious how that's going to play out in terms of like, at least on paper, that seems like a lot of memorization of various characters, and how are you gonna do that? Apparently, like in the trailer or kind of behind the scenes documentary of like how this game came to be, it seems like they said they have something in mind to make it presumably more streamlined for all the characters, where I guess my guess is that it's probably just everybody's gonna have a similar move set, and depending on your character, the properties of that move set changes or something. But that's my guess. But kind of crazy. Also, I mean, RIP Marvel vs. Capcom 4, even though technically it wasn't really like out in the pub, it wasn't like a thing, more rumored, or if anything, but like, this kind of kills any, like, I don't know, hope for Marvel vs. Capcom coming back anytime soon. It feels like, because Marvel, I don't know how that would work, but then also I don't think Capcom will want to do that anyway, to like compete with this game directly. So yeah, but I mean the characters seem pretty cool. Got Captain America looking, Asian-ish. Freaking Iron Man looked like a damn Gundam, which is pretty dope. Storm, man, we need to talk about Storm real quick. Because I don't think Storm is at her thickest right now. I'm just saying. I was like, damn. I was like, who's that? Like, is that is that Chun-Li? No, it's Storm. It's Storm, baby. Doctor Doom got some similar move sets and things like that. So yeah, Marvel, Tokon Fighting Souls. I'm into it. I'm sold. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Got a new trailer for that. Some of the gameplay looks pretty interesting. Oh yeah, I forgot, man. They crushed my dream, at least. Where they teased in the one trailer. Was it this one? I think they teased in the trailer that like it heavily implied that it was Metal Gear Online 1 being remade. But I think it turns out that wasn't the case. It is some mode, like some throwaway like mode that isn't like in depth like Metal Gear Online. So bit of a bummer, but yeah, it seemed like a very watered down multiplayer mode. So my expectations are not that high for that mode specifically, but Snake versus Monkeys coming back, so that's good. And then some of the other miscellaneous Metal Gear like extras, I think were shown, like I forgot what they called, something theater. So I mean, you got that, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this just is so familiar, it feels like. So it's like, I don't know. It's like I know what I'm getting into, really. I haven't played this game how many times, so I'm with it. Mortal Kombat Collection. This was pretty actually surprising. Literally all the previous Mortal Kombats up till 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and some of the variants. I think MK3 Ultimate, and I feel like there was some other version of maybe 4 Mortal Kombat Gold or something like that. So yeah, basically the whole collection made by Digital Eclipse, who, at least from their track record, have done like immaculate work with previously the Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection. They did that. They did a couple of various ports for some games, like on a 360. Did they do Street Fighter Third Strike? Let me see. First Strike. .360 developer. Iron Galaxy. Okay, never mind. But they have a pretty solid reputation when it comes to like collections and collections mainly, since they are so thorough with like what all of the concept art and various diagrams and stuff like that. So if you want to get in the nitty gritty, which for at least Mortal Kombat Legacy, I'm very much into. I think also Robat netcode for all of the games. Love that. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna eat that up personally. Ninja Gaiden Raybound, I think we pretty much saw. Maybe they showed a new character. I'm not sure, but got that. Neo 3. I have both Neos. I've yet to play them, but this might be it. This might be it. Pragmata. We finally saw Pragmata in terms of its gameplay, how it's at least supposed to fully play. Where you got a little girl on your back, unlocking the zombie's chest, and then the space dude. I'm gonna call him Gideon or something. I don't know. Hugh. Hugh, my bad. Sorry, Hugh. It seemed fine. I don't know. I think that feels like a game that I would enjoy more playing it than actually seeing it, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I feel like I just will want that game in my hands to fully enjoy it more. Then they announced a new fighting stick controller for the PlayStation, codename Project Defiant. Which is at least interesting that this fight stick allows wireless play, on top of wired connection as well, which I'm not sure. I assume there's at least some fighting stick out there that has that, but I don't know. Romeo is Dead Man, as a huge Suda51 fan, I was giddy. Like the first 30 seconds of this video, I'm like, oh yeah, this got Suda51 written all over it. Sure enough, that's what it was. So seems to be a new IP from Grasshopper Manufacturer. Launches on PS5 next year. Use guns, swords, and even enemies. Own powers against them to battle evil hordes. I mean, sign me up. You had me at the first 30 seconds of this trailer, so you don't got to convince me, Suda. I mean, I'll follow you wherever you go. I mean, not everywhere, but yeah, mostly. Silent Hill F saw some more gameplay specifically of that, which was great. And did they also announce the Silent Hill remake here? No, I think they had a Silent Hill dedicated, or a Konami Direct or whatever it's called, where they had, I think, showed Silent Hill F, and then announced that Bloober Team, the team that's working on Silent Hill 2, that worked on the Silent Hill 2 remake, is now working on the Silent Hill 1 remake, which, man, give it up. Give it up. My goodness. Damn. Yeah, I'm so curious to see what that's going to look like. But I at least after Silent Hill 2, I believe in Bloober Team. So count me in with that. Sign me up whenever. Earlier. I don't know. Whatever it takes. I'll do it. Now, I'm not that desperate, but I guess that was really pretty much it. Yeah, in terms of just that stood out to me specifically. So yeah, I mean, I had a few games that spoke to me. Romeo, Final Fantasy Tactics, Marvel Tokan, Pragmata, Silent Hill F. But yeah, I think the biggest sentiment I had after this state of play was like, no Resident Evil. What's up with that? So that's why I don't know. I ranked that a little bit lower than otherwise, but it was solid in its own way, you know. Moving on to Summer Games Fest, which is so weird because everything kind of semi encapsulates Summer Games Fest. So it's like, but a lot of the companies are like doing their own thing as well. It just is weird, but either way, Summer Games Fest. A lot of interesting games were announced. Which one do we? Yeah, we're just gonna hit like the very interesting ones. Oh, Casino Royale, Le Criffe coming to Hitman. So what Mads Mikkelsen's role in James Bond as the villain Le Chiffre as a new elusive target. That was kind of cool. Felt that boxing that's seems interesting where it's like what Muffets inspired boxing. Where yeah, it seems like a mix between Punch Out and like stop motion maybe. It's hard to tell. It seems like it's full motion video. So not sure if it actually is 3D, but I'd just be fascinated by like how this was developed and how they like, you know, made this game. If probably the most out of all the games shown for sure in terms of just like just the immense curiosity I have for that. Wu-Tang Rise of the Deceiver, which is like literally I think developed by Raekwon's or RZA. I think it's RZA's. I think it includes all of the Wu-Tang. Presented by Ghostface Killer, apparently. But yeah, it's like a beat 'em up, like a beat 'em up / hack and slash vibe, at least going by some of the gameplay. So I'm interested. Shoot, with that music, I mean, I'm in. Brass Lion is the developer. To save their home of Shaolin, the Wu-Tang Clan must pass on their fantastical powers to a new generation of warriors. Okay. Say no more. Marvel Comic Invasion got announcements of new characters. She-Hulk and Rocket Raccoon. I was already sold on this beat 'em up, but this is only selling me more. So I'm just so thankful this beat 'em up renaissance. It's the huge beat 'em up fan in me is just so thankful. I just need to acknowledge that. Oh, Ill. It's like a new survival horror game. they claim they promise intense body horror, grotesque monsters, and relentless fear. I mean, going by the trailer, it does look like it. So that's on my radar. Atomic Heart 2, Mortal Shell 2, Code Vein 2, Dying Light the Beast, Liza P Overture. So this is like new DLC for Liza P. What I've heard is like 20 to 30 hours. And yeah, just shadow dropped that day. So hey, you got that. Mafia Old Country saw a new trailer. Onimusha Way of the Sword. I believe this was a new trailer as well. Mina the Hollower. Scott Pilgrim EX. This seems like either a sequel. It feels like a sequel. I'm pretty sure it's a sequel. At least going by the gameplay, it seems like a sequel. But it's called Scott Pilgrim X, which I guess I see the double entendre there. But yeah, I'm in. Love me some Scott Pilgrim. And yeah, this seems like pretty much a continuation of the original. Yeah, I'm into it. I'm very into it. When does it come out? No release date yet. Fair. Stranger Than Heaven. So we finally got the title for the unannounced game by Ryuga Gotoku Studios, which I think it was called Project Century before, but now we finally have a official title, Stranger Than Heaven. Stranger Than Heaven. I mean, that's kind of got a ring to it, not gonna lie. Oh man, so if at least with this game, it was like a significant time jump. I don't know if like they're totally scrapping that concept from the first trailer, or that is a part of the story, that like this guy can transcend generations or something like that. So yeah, it is interesting though, the theories. somebody had a theory on Reddit that what's his name? That Bacchus, very deep cut from the Yakuza series. Somehow this is the younger version of Bacchus. Hey boy, you know, that guy. I mean, if you never play Yakuza, you don't understand what I'm saying, but nonetheless. Oh, it's so funny to think about that as a concept, but that he's so cool and elusive in this game, at least the trailer. But then come Yakuza 0, and he's, hey boy, it just it's some dissonance. I'm just saying, it don't line up. But I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. I think I said at some point, I was like, that would be the deepest cut ever if that was true, but I highly doubt it. But hey boy, oh man, if he says it in the game, you might be like, oh my god, what? That dude was not lying. He was right he hit the nail on the head. Then the probably for sure the showstopper, the most valid one more thing ever, not ever, but it's pretty high up there. Which was also funny because they were teasing this throughout the show a bit, where they said like, hey, we need more time to work on this game, but when we do, we'll show it to you. So like, damn, all right, well, at least we got something, to expect down the line. But then what come towards the end of the show, we finally get to see Resident Evil 9 Requiem, which is yes, I'm into it. The main protagonist of the game is Grace Ashcroft, who you may know is in relation to Alyssa Ashcroft from Outbreak. Resident Evil Capcom is acknowledging Outbreak. Never thought I'd see the day. But here we are. Even like during like the initial trailer, they like show like Outbreak in terms of like just the title and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my god, they've heard us. Guys, we've heard you. Um so yeah. So that is just great. That is just great. Um very thankful. So hopefully that, I don't know, that feels like potentially we might at some point get Outbreak remade or remastered, which, man, if they do it, man, they totally should. But this feels like one step closer. So you're saying there's a chance. Yeah. Oh man. It's surreal in a way. But also R.I.P. to Alyssa. Apparently she died. So, hopefully she's not that huge monster that's lurking in the game, but I guess we'll find out. February 27th, 2026 on PlayStation 5, Windows PC, and Xbox Series X. So, yeah. Damn. Damn. Yeah. Yeah. It was great. It was so great. That's a one more thing. That's a very one more thing game for sure. Whew. And that pretty much was Summer Games Fest 2025. Um, I mean, it was fine. Uh, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Then we had the Xbox showcase, which was interesting in a fair amount of ways. Um, First off, they popped off with the rumored Xbox portable hardware, which it seems like, I think according to rumors, that they scrapped that, at least for now. And they're like partnering with ROG Asus to make the Xbox Ally, or ROG Xbox Ally, and ROG Xbox Ally X handhelds, which are interesting because they were worked with Xbox in regards to the interface, which may be a preview of like what the interface to come like for PC or other devices if, like, I assume this becomes successful. So that was interesting. I don't know. I feel like I'm satisfied with my Steam Deck. I don't really see a desire to grab that off the bat. New season of Sea of Thieves season 17. DLC for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Fallout 76. I guess new content. Going fishing. FISSION, not fishing. No. Fishing, because it's a fallout. It's a nuclear fallout. It makes sense. Elder Scrolls Online. New content. Age of Mythology Retold. None of these are. How did I miss Super Meat Boy 3D? Wow. Meat Boy 3D. Okay. I'm kind of interested in that. I didn't even. I watched, I think, the half, like mainly the second half of the showcase. It feels like Resonance: A Plague Tale Legacy, with the third game in a Plague Tale trilogy. Persona 4 Revival officially announced. So we're the rumors were true. We're getting a Persona 4 remake. I'm with it. I'm into it. I just semi recently beat the original Persona 4. Well, Persona 4 Golden on PC, and now it's like, ugh. I don't think I got it in me to, like, when this comes out, like, I don't know if I'd be ready to play this again when it comes out. Because admittedly, I skipped a lot of the optional stuff because I was not really fully into it. But with this one, I feel like I might. Also coming to Game Pass day one, which is pretty cool. Mudang Two Hearts. I think this is like what the Splinter Cell vibe type game. Yeah, this is kind of like the Splinter Cell tactical espionage esque game. I'm into it. Probably another surprising reveal. Incredible versus literally an invincible fighting. Did I say incredible invincible versus a fighting game based in the invincible universe, where sign me up. All I ask is that we get Battle Beasts, which they could be devious and probably like save him as DLC, but I hope they don't. Battle Beast definitely needs to be a like character, a starting roster character for sure. We'll see how that pans out, but yeah. What did they show? They showed Mark, of course, Adam Eve, Bulletproof, Thula, and what I think Omni-Man. I don't think we saw gameplay of him, but I think that's pretty expected that he's going to be in. And what's her name? The Viltrumite lady with the ponytail. You know what I'm talking about. High on Life 2 coming this winter. Somewhat surprising. Final Fantasy 16 coming to Xbox during that showcase, which is cool. Final Fantasy 7 Remake Intergrade coming to Xbox. So whatever that exclusivity deal seems to have ran out. I forgot what the limitation was. I thought it was like 3 years, but maybe they were taking their time. I don't know. Rifle Beast of Reincarnation. So this is apparently, is this the game from Game Freak that's not Pokemon? I'm kind of interested. Not too many other games. Oh, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 Foundry demo. I'm in. I think they showed Bam Margera gameplay, at least in this one, along with the announcement of the demo, which you can play on Xbox if you have Game Pass. But I think you have to pre-order the game in order to access the demo if you got it like from PlayStation or whatnot. So unless I think you get a code somehow. Outer Worlds 2. This game is interesting specifically because I think technically it's going to be the first like $80 game to go on sale, which is, I don't know if that's a record that you want to boast about, but hey, by all means, I'm definitely not buying this for $80. That is, you out your $80. $80, you out your damn mind for $80. No. Maybe wait for it to go on sale. Probably at the most, I would probably bite for like 40. And that's even pushing it because I don't know. The first one didn't really impress me that much, even though being a Fallout fan, I don't know. It just didn't hit the same for me. It just didn't hit the same for me, Ninja Gaiden 4 trailer. Is this I think it's a new one. When is it coming out? October? October is looking pretty stacked. October looking stacked. Gears of War Reloaded. The beta, which I'll talk about later, actually, since I did thankfully get to play it. I didn't catch the new trailer. It's a lot of this I missed. And just skipping ahead to the one more thing. I don't. Had to sip my drink to that. The one more thing. Oh my god. The one more thing they announced was Black Ops 7. And especially how they built it up made it seem like, oh, is this a new IP? Is this, I was thinking initially maybe Perfect Dark. No. Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I'm like, that's not a one more thing game. It just doesn't have that appeal. It's like everybody knows Call of Duty's coming every year. So to have it as one more thing, Black Ops 7, hey, it's coming. It's like I knew that. We all knew that. People were freaking out. David Mason is back. I'm like, and a lot of people, who is David Mason? I don't know. Oh, yeah. Black Ops 7. That is not a game you end on. That is not, Black Ops is, Call of Duty is not a one more thing game. Just to let the record show, that is not a one more thing game. It's not. Oh, that was a bitter taste for the Xbox showcase, but you know. Moving on. Capcom Spotlight just happened earlier today. So they showed more Pragmata, which I think was essentially the same. I think they did go more behind the scenes in terms like the tech they were using for the game and stuff like that. Street Fighter 6 Sagat coming August 5th. They showed a new world tour kind of, I assume, introductory trailer or introductory video for Sagat to then probably learn from him, learn his tiger uppercut and tiger knee, tiger was it tiger throw, tiger shoot, tiger throw. Damn it, what is it? Or he just says tiger, yeah. It's, what is it called though? Now I'm curious. As a Sagat fan, I'm kind of embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sagat special moves. I know Tiger Shot. Okay. Tiger Shot. That's what it is. And they showed some swimsuit outfits coming for, I think this was related to a contest. So, you know, you got Manat looking all right. You got Chun-Li with the thighs out. I mean, well, it's like, can she really ever hide them things? I don't think she can. You got even more women. You got Kimberly with the two piece. You got Aoki, I think her Aoki. Aiki. She looking like she just came out the she came out the strip club, not gonna lie to you. And you got Jamie looking like a tool. And you got, what's his name? Luke just looking like just a douche with that damn I want to be on Baywatch. Baywatch. Let me stop. Let me stop. Man. So yeah, we now got a little bit more information in regards to Resident Evil 9, aka Requiem, or what Resident Evil 9 Quiem. Re-9 Quiem. I kind of like that. So from what I got from that segment was that first and foremost, you can, at least it was rumored, but they did confirm that you can play the game fully in third person or first person mode, which is pretty dope. As somebody who I did do a play test for Resident Evil 7. Was it 7? No, 8. A long time ago. And that was my gripe with, I think they were asked for input, like, what did you not like from 7 coming, in general? Like, and I was like, personally, I'm just not a fan of first person. I feel like, Resident Evil is more enjoyable in third person, just being able to see your character and all that. So I think this is definitely the best of both worlds in terms of, the people who like first person and the people who like third person can both play respectively. And, somebody like me, if I'm just like, oh man, I want to keep playing the game, like, okay, let me see. I will probably play first person out of just curiosity to see what the experience, like how different it is compared to third person. So it'll probably be cool to have that replayability. And what if Leon is actually in the game, even though they're being coy about it for whatever reason, that, maybe like his segments I could play third person, and then Grace's segments I just play in first person. So it, at least on paper, it feels like a lot of flexibility in terms of, people being able to play how they want to play, which I think is always a great thing. So which is interesting how they addressed in this segment that, yeah, like we can't, it's hard for Leon to be in a horror setting because he's seen everything, and he's, seasoned. So like, yeah, like a simple chair falling is not going to scare Leon, but it would scare Grace. So having a character that I guess is more relatable to us, that like, can be easily scared, was the premise from what he was saying. So, which I'm into. I dig it. Yeah, I think the rumors going around that I also believe in is that Leon is just gonna show up, but he's gonna have his own like action specific segments, while Grace will have like, her more horror elements, which that seems to make the most sense. And like, if they do it right, I think could make RE9, it could put up RE9 up there as well. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, and then I guess there were more interviews that was on Resident Evil's Portal, but I don't think they came out yet. I guess maybe we're supposed to wait for that to come out. I don't know, but yeah, I'm even more excited for Resident Evil 9. They showed some gameplay tidbits. They showed some mansion. So seems like, it's going to be a lot of backtracking and, puzzle solving. They showed like her trying to solve, like, investigate the item and try to deduce some things from that, which is great. So shaping up to be pretty promising from what we have been shown so far. Monster Hunter Wilds, we finally got another trailer for Ligarius, aka Laggy. It seems like you can fight him underwater, but it seems like it's like a specific segment, I'm guessing, where it's not like you have the option to fight him underwater versus on shore. But it seems like it's like a specific dedicated like semi mini segment that you fight him underwater for a bit, because they say you don't have your weapons when you're underwater or something like that. So very curious how that's going to play out like when he comes out, not too soon. I think the July 1st, so or maybe June 29th. I might be wrong there. And then Seregios as well, which I don't think we knew about until today. So Seregios is back. Get your beef jerkies. Get your rations. No beef. Get your beef jerkies. Get your well done steaks, cause he about to cut you. I'm just keeping it real with you, Chief. You about to get cut, so you better have that jerky in your pocket ready. I'm just saying. You ain't hear that. You ain't hear that from me. I'm just saying. Keep that beef jerky on you. That's all I'm trying to get across. Damn. Arch-Tempered Uthaduna. Limited event, July 30th through August 20th. Who? Oh yeah, weapon transmogging? I forgot the term they're using, but weapon transmogging is coming with this update as well. I think what the requirements are, you just have to get the weapon to level 8 and it'll automatically unlock transmogging, presumably for any weapon to swap with it. Yeah, I'm curious how that works, because it says like once you reach level 8, you now unlock the option to transmog. So does that mean that you can apply that weapon skin to any other weapon, or the inverse where any weapon can be transmogged to your weapon? I don't know. I'm pretty sure they probably clear that up in the notes somewhere, but nonetheless, weapon transmogging is coming. Yeah, then they showed Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess. It was fine. That game never really spoke to me personally, but you know, yeah, it was cool. And yeah, that was pretty much it for all the summer stuff, Summer Games Fest stuff. Get into what I've been playing. Which has been, ladies and gentlemen, we secured Switch 2. Thank you so much. Secured a Switch 2. Played it a decent amount. Shouts out to the transfer process. It was so like seamless, and I think it only took like 30 minutes, if that, to like transfer everything over. It even had a step where you could plug in your SD card on your old Switch to download specifically the screen, the game captures to your new the Switch 2. And the backwards compatibility, which specifically that was my biggest attraction to this console, even though I mean regardless it was going to be some game that was going to be a killer app that would make me get it anyway, was definitely my what would you even call it, my biggest reason to get Switch 2. And like some of the games is wild how improved it is compared to the original Switch. Like a couple games like Super Smash Brothers Ultimate got a big boost in terms of just loading times overall. Like when you switch different character costumes, it's super quick. Loading into the actual game is speedy as hell. Like in under 5 seconds in terms of all the videos, and I even just tried it myself. I was like, yeah, that's lightning fast. And then a lot of games that were running poorly as a whole, now running like 60 FPS which is great in of itself. But and in terms of the display scaling, that the resolution scaling, it is in a lot of cases going up to its max instead of trying to, I don't know, stay under for the Switch specifically, which is great. And like a lot of games that had an unlocked frame rate cap, which generally seems to be 60, is now getting a full 60, which kind of what I mentioned earlier, but basically it's so great I had to mention it twice. Um yeah, so I'm really digging that. Anything else notable? I guess it feels very similar to the Switch one in terms of interface, of course. Like it's very subtle in terms of like the changes they made. Um, that you like are so kind of used to the Switch one, and they just basically just copied and pasted. It felt like so, which is fine. It's fine. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. But I think a lot of people's complaints with this console is that it doesn't feel like a significant new console, new generation thing. Where this feels like a lot of people are saying, what, the Switch Pro, or Nintendo Super Switch. I'm still, in this case, that would, I don't know, kind of would be valid to a degree, but yeah, I dig it. I dig it overall. Love the controller. The Pro controller is really dope. Feels great. Messed with the mouse option. Did not play Fortnite with it. I want to try that at some point. See how good that is. But that is kind of crazy. Just like that mouse functionality, which I think is like some players' dream to have like their hand like on like one controller where they're just doing the thumbstick and maybe some buttons, and then your other hand like doing the mouse movements, which I think you can do it like in a convoluted way for PC, or like where it's kind of the prompts just switch back and forth between controller and keyboard, which I would, that would trigger my OCD a lot. So I don't know. I wouldn't really do that personally, but yeah. Damn. Yeah, I approve. And Switch 2, I mean, it got the HDR. You can play it at 120 FPS. No games really support it, other than what Nintendo World Tour or whatever that game is. The game they ripping us off, expecting us to buy it to just test out their system. Out your damn mind. Get out of here with that. Yeah. So also played Mario Kart World, which was bundled with the Switch 2. And as somebody who has never really been really big into Mario Kart, like I got Mario Kart 8, but I like played it after, when it released with the console, and like never really touched it after that. But with this one, it's very fun, specifically knockout mode. Shouts out to knockout mode. It's like you feel like, well, kind of, I get the similar F-Zero vibes where, you got to be the top 18 if you want to go to the next race, and like that, I don't know, anxiety, anticipation in terms of, oh, did I make it? Didn't make it, damn it, kind of that feeling that I've enjoyed so far. Got all the costumes, which like, you have to eat some foods or placed around various maps to get that. So looked at a whole spreadsheet and deduced all the ones that I was missing and found those. But yeah, it's fun. This is the most I've played a Mario Kart game, so I think that probably counts for something, Yeah. Mario Kart World. Yeah, you just keep getting ripped off. I was like, I was in 4th. Now somebody threw a blue shell at me. Now I'm in 20th. What am I going to do? What are you going to do? Mario Kart. I don't know. I don't know. Also, played the Gears Reloaded beta. Played both weekends a little bit. The first weekend, they only did TDM. The second weekend, they unlocked execution, which is, I personally think, the way to play Gears. Even though, like, what Gears 5 has kind of spoiled me. Gears 4 and 5 really spoiled me, where I do play TDM primarily. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like TDM kind of ruined Gears to an extent, in my opinion. But then it's like on the other side, like you have maybe a lot of players that love TDM, don't play anything else, that would probably not play Gears otherwise. So it's like, well, when you factor that in, I mean, I don't want that. So yeah. But biggest gripe with this demo or beta is it seems like they did not fix the inconsistencies with the shoddy for online play. The shotgun, the shots have a very weird spread, and like just seeing all the Twitter clips of people like making shots, and Reddit clips making shots, and like not making point blank shots, myself included. Like there was a ton of point blank shots where I'm like, you probably should go down, but all right, I guess I died then. Which yeah, that's infuriating, but also coming from Gears 5, it feels like this game is it feels like this game is too much of a step back, specifically in terms of like the information of when you die. Like, how much damage did I do? Did they double team me? Like, was I double teamed? That's how I died. Which, you know, I would think that because of this version that they would be able to do that. They technically should, but I think my theory as to why they are not doing it is because it would further validate the inconsistencies of the shotgun if it were to like give you that data, because it would just basically, you know, show the flaw in that, and they don't want that. So that's my guess, because I mean, it's not like a fundamental drastic change to like the gameplay or anything, which I can understand, like, you know, why they wouldn't add like executions or weapon executions in this one, this remaster. But like in terms of just specifically data information, they're withholding that because, yeah, it's just gonna make their shotgun look horrible. So that is my theory as to why they did not do that. But I don't feel like it. I don't think it's that complicated for them to pull off. So, I don't know. Just don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully they might be able to fix it before it comes out in August, but I am not too confident about that, considering everything. But who knows? Maybe they heard us and they'll change. But I am not going to hold my breath. So there you go. Gears Reloaded beta. I mean, I enjoyed it outside of that, though. Let me say that. I mean, not fully discredit the game, but like, it's very frustrating, like, to shoot a dude point blank with your shotgun at close range, and you just die instead. And I'm like, all right, we both made the same shot, but all right, I died. All right, okay, I guess that's how it works. My bad. That's how it works. I digress. Also played Elden Ring Nightreign. It was great. I'm still playing through it. I think I've beaten 4 bosses so far. I was streaming on Twitch as well, which I probably might do again at some point. Yeah, I am enjoying it. I'm like enjoying it. I'm taking little bites here and there. I'm not like binging it in terms of like, yeah, playing it extensively, but from times I played, I it's been great. Some of these bosses tough. I'm stuck on the, what is it? The matador looking, the 2-legged, is it a minotaur? I think it's a minotaur. It doesn't have 4 legs like a horse, but just the 2 legs with the hooves, whatever that's called. And he has the madness things, and you can axe him if you want to boost, but like they're generally not that great in terms of like the trade-off not being worth it. So I don't know. I'm enjoying it though. Like I'm thoroughly enthralled going through it at least. So I feel like I'm gonna stick it through. All things considered, you know. Yeah. Elden Ring Nightreign. I dig it. I do dig it. With that being said, I think that is going to conclude episode 201 of Switches Sites. If you did like this podcast, feel free to like, rate, and subscribe on your favorite podcasting platforms. You can catch me record this episode live on Twitch TV /aswitch. You can also catch archives of this podcast as well on youtube.com/aswitch. But yeah, y'all, until next time, get your damn game on. Feel free to fuck. Aw, yeah. Nobody's safe.